In 1984, 8 space agencies convened for the first time under the name Committee on Earth Observation Satellites, commonly known as CEOS. 40 years later, the core objectives of the committee have remained the same. The first terms of reference stated that CEOS will seek to enhance the benefits of spaceborne Earth observations for members and the international user community. And that is something we still strive for today. From those initial 8 agencies, CEOS has grown significantly with now over 60 members and associates. The organizational chart has also become more complex, now including a strategic implementation team, secretariat, executive officer, systems engineering office, 5 working groups, and 8 virtual constellations.
CEOS and the global Earth observation community have accomplished a great deal together over the last 40 years, thanks in large part to the open collaboration of our CEOS membership organizations. In NASA's Earth Science Division, we are focused on delivering actionable science. In fact, we call our strategy Earth Science to Action. At its heart, the strategy is about accelerating scientific discovery and the uptake and use of science. This strategy is driving everything we do, and it was informed by all that we have learned through 40 years of CEOS collaboration.
Through CEOS, we can ensure that our users have access to data beyond our own, that is interoperable, intercalibrated, and available in suitable formats, therefore enhancing the value of what we do. CEOS also provided a forum by which EUMETSAT and NOAA could join CNES and NASA in the Jason 2 ocean altimetry program after the success of Jason 1. And this is something that continues in Jason 3 and the follow-on mission.
We have been with CEOS since 2001. Then we have a chance to work with experts and policymakers from Earth observation communities around the world. Then we gain experience and we make use of those experience to improve our work and design ourselves. And finally, we can make a better service and products. And now Thailand can make a best use of Earth observation technologies.
CEOS has achieved a great deal in the last 40 years, and it is thanks to the membership openness to collaborate on the global stage that we have come so far together since 1984. We can only tackle the increasingly diverse and challenging set of global agendas that we face us together. ESA has been a co-founding member of CEOS, and it's proud to remain an active participant in such a powerful forum as we collectively seek to increase visibility and assurance about the value of EO data and mission in support of societal challenges.
An active part of such international coordination is a fundamental pillar in ESA's mission to better serve society, research and industry. The effectiveness of CEOS' approach in focusing on requirements, gap analysis, coordinated action and results reporting allow us to better exploit national assets in facing global challenges and in contributing to their solution in coordinated way.
On behalf of the UAE Space Agency, I extend our congratulations to the Committee on Earth Observation Satellites for the last 40 years of accomplishments and outcomes. We believe in the power of international collaboration, especially in sharing the space data. Together, we could work more effectively in addressing the global challenges, ensuring the sustainability of the space development and operations by leveraging the resources of our organizations.
NOAA was a founding member of CEOS in 1984, and we hosted the first plenary in Washington, D.C. We're also a standing member of the CEOS Secretariat. We are proud that over the last 4 decades, NOAA has maintained its leadership role in various capacities. We started with a small group of well-intentioned experts committing to a collective objective, to work together, to share expertise, and to make us all more successful. We're now 34 members and 30 associate members, and we are realizing the incredible power of intelligent coordination. NOAA has benefited from more capable Earth observers in orbit, providing data that are immediately usable for our operational services.
We in the Global Earth Observation community have all benefited from the international forum that CEOS provides. CEOS strengths come from specific activities, visibility over crucial societal and political needs, and the ability to mobilize science and operational missions to address issues that concern us all, protecting our planet. CEOS is a powerful tool for past, present, and future challenges, and foremost a tool to work together to develop common solutions to an ever-evolving and increasingly complex world.
The Canadian Space Agency and Canada and Canadians have significantly benefited from our participation in CEOS. This partnership has facilitated access to valuable information and collaboration on a number of space missions, enhancing our capabilities. More importantly, being a part of CEOS means joining forces with a global network of experts to tackle fundamental challenges of the 21st century. This collective effort allows us to achieve far more together than any member could accomplish alone.
Good morning. I'm Raul Kulichevsky, the director of CONAE, the Argentine Space Agency. This year, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of the creation of CEOS, a community that CONAE joined 25 years ago. One of the reasons we value being part of CEOS is the desire to always look to the future and to growth and be better. In a complex world, CEOS is a place where we can work together to ensure the accessibility of Earth observation data to everyone.
Earth observation is pivotal to everything we do at ECMWF, underpinning our value-adding chain from data to information for supporting our member states with early warning of extreme weather. With our Earth system approach, we use a growing range of data for our weather forecast, but also to provide information beyond the weather. And CEOS is the perfect platform to exchange information on Earth observations, and for us it brings collaborative opportunities to tackle major societal problems such as the climate crisis.
So my National Land Imaging Program and the USGS have benefited greatly from working in CEOS over the past 40 years. Our job is to bring science quality data back to our users, and within CEOS there are many different satellite systems that we're able to interact with and bring those data sets back. So it's been incredibly valuable to our scientists and our operational users across the country.
First, I want to congratulate CEOS and CEOS staff for its 40th anniversary. AEM is an associate member since 2015. Being an emerging space agency, being part of CEOS has benefited AEM in our learning process to better understand the interaction between the space agencies in remote sensing, which is providing us the opportunity of actively engaging in some of its working groups, such as disaster working group and capacity buildings and data democracy working group.
CEOS has helped raise Australia's expertise in satellite CalVal and also in advanced data analytics through the CEOS Analytics Lab. We have also contributed and benefited from membership in CEOS through the Global Forest Observation Initiative. We have also benefited in the early days of our membership with access to ATSR and AATSR, which are sensors that were implemented on European Space Agency satellites. And more recently, we have also benefited from partnerships with the UK on the NOVASAR satellite.
I'm Wang Tuan from Vietnam National Space Center in Vietnam Academy of Science and Technology. In 2013, Vietnam Academy of Science and Technology was officially become a member of CEOS, and from that, a door to connect to the community of the Earth observation satellite has been opened for Vietnam. Since then, we have had many opportunities to collaborate with member organizations of CEOS. The most important case of CEOS collaboration for Vietnam is the open data book.
CEOS works to ensure international coordination of civil space-based Earth observation programs and promotes exchange of data to optimize societal benefits and inform decision-making to securing a prosperous and sustainable future for humankind. UNUSA, as Secretariat of the United Nations Interagency Coordination Mechanism on Space, Space, has been able to bring CEOS, space agencies and UN entities more closely.
As a major user of the Committee on Earth Observation Satellites Agency mission data, WMO has greatly benefited from being part of CEOS. Our collaboration has allowed us to enhance the exchange of data, optimize societal benefit, and inform decision-making for a prosperous and sustainable future. Together with WMO, CEOS is committed to making a difference in the world through the power of Earth observation.
CEOS brings together space agencies from around the world to share satellite-based Earth observation plans, fostering cooperation and synergies in data utilization through international collaboration. CEOS also serves as a key platform for reflecting the achievement of space technology in international policies. We recall that the Integrated Global Observing Strategy Initiative, led by CEOS, was the basis for establishing the Group on Earth Observations, known as GEO.
Australia is a very big country. We rely on satellite data to help us understand how our cities, towns, lands, coasts and oceans are changing over time. And it is Geoscience Australia's job to ensure Australians have access to the imagery of lands and coasts they need to make better decisions. However, we do not currently own or operate any of our own Earth observation satellites. Through CEOS, we have been able to engage and collaborate with all of the world's space agencies in one place.
It is our pleasure to provide a message from the European Commission celebrating CEOS for its 14th anniversary. International cooperation is a fundamental aspect for the European Union space program. The European Commission joined the Committee on Earth Observation Satellites in 1994. Our membership allows us to actively participate in coordinating international Earth observation activities, which enhances the global impact and utilization of Earth observation data.
The CEOS partnership has made tremendous progress over the past 40 years, and South Africa is very fortunate to have been part of this global joint effort by space agencies in addressing and sharing best practices, best effort in intricate Earth observations matters.
CEOS has helped us to increase awareness and demonstrate at an international level TerraSA-X and TandemX applications. For example, the usefulness of TerraSA-X time series for seismic or volcanological risks in the framework of the so-called geohazard supersite.
CEOS collaborative efforts have played an integral role in creating long-lasting societal impacts. And some examples, of course, include activities on the forest and RED, on the specific outreach activities that look to enhance the understanding and the application of geodata for issues which are like addressing food security problems. Through active cooperation, CEOS has specifically been able to educate thousands of participants globally through a dedicated Zero Hunger MOOC, and it's now recognized this was as an invaluable tool for capacity building both in developed and developing nations, and it contributes to fight for food security and also for improved resilience.
With strengths in global satellite greenhouse gas observations, JAXA has led efforts in CEOS regarding the contribution on Earth observation data to the Paris Agreement. JAXA promoted using satellite observation data as reference data for the evaluation in national greenhouse gas inventory reports. JAXA supported CEOS and GEO in demonstrating the reliability and usefulness of satellite observation data policymakers internationally.
Look at the Charter of Space and Major Disaster. It was created out of the third-related basis corpus on exploration and peaceful exploration for outer space, 2023. This conference also created the alongside platform leaders. The involvement of sales agencies leveraging private companies' contribution has brought the charter to what is today. It's not just saving lives, perspectives. Wir defining disaster management, seamless cooperation between legislature and the charter is empowering emerging nations, providing pushes support in time of crisis.
One that is close to our heart is the Global Forest Observation Initiative, or GFOI, a project the Australian government has backed since it was established to help reduce deforestation around the world, and in doing so, help our collective efforts to tackle climate change. CEOS has been instrumental in ensuring GFOI has the data needed to understand where deforestation is happening and at what rate, as well as identifying those areas where it has been slowed or halted.
CEOS has been a leader in promoting something that we tend to take for granted: free and open access for remote sensing data. CEOS helps provide details from over 500 Earth-observing satellites and over 500 distinct instruments, making it easier to understand the rich complexity of our planet. CEOS is helping the world to benefit better from satellite Earth observations by bringing together global space and environmental agencies to great effect, providing great benefit for NOAA and for the world.
One impactful example is the development of the Global Climate Observing System Implementation Plan, which was a joint effort between CEOS and WMO. This collaboration has led to a more integrated approach in dealing with climate policy and has significantly improved the impact of our data on evidence-based policymaking.
So one of the best examples is the surface water extent product that's used to detect changes in surface water, so lakes and rivers and ponds and so forth. CEOS has been working to bring other data sets from international countries and agencies together to come up with good products to detect surface water change. And so we have benefited from the work that we've done with CEOS for that.
CEOS has a very high impact on society. It enables and facilitates cooperation between those organisations that provide data that allow us to monitor the evolution and development of the Earth system, and therefore supports the provision of services to end users. One outstanding example of the role that CEOS plays is the creation and implementation of the Earth Information Day in the context of UNFCCC. The joint CGMS-CEOS Working Group on Climate Change brought attention to the important role that space agencies play in the preparation for the Conference of the Parties.
CEOS facilitates socioeconomic benefits through satellite Earth observation data and services. Two notable examples include the Haiti Recovery Observatory, initiated for Hurricane Matthew recovery, which has informed best practices for other disaster recoveries, and the collaboration between the CSA, NASA, and Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, supporting the Indigenous Mapping Collective for Indigenous-led capacity-building workshops.
CEOS has advocated the open data policy, which has allowed countries to access over 100 satellite data sets and data sources, but also in recent times the analysis-ready data concept. This has democratized effectively Earth observation data, especially for developing countries who are using the data more and more these days to report against their commitments on climate change, to monitor disasters, and to report against sustainable development goals.
Through CEOS, we have significantly increased the use and relevance of Earth observation data and actionable Earth science around the globe, particularly as we work to build capacity in developing nations. Today's satellite technology proves that observing our Earth from the vantage point of space systematically saves both lives and livelihoods. In the hours and days following the devastating earthquakes around the Turkey-Syria border last year, the CEOS Working Group on Disasters jumped into action to ensure Earth observation data was made available directly to Turkish response authorities to inform response and recovery efforts.
1986, DLR joined CEOS. This was the start of a fantastic journey where we achieved together a lot. International cooperation is fundamental to achieve joint efforts in Earth observation. CEOS working groups are instrumental for achieving societal benefits. Working Group on Disaster and Working Group on Capacity Building and Data Democracy are one of the utmost important examples.
When the European Commission chaired CEOS for the first time in 2018, we focused on laying the foundations for an international greenhouse gas monitoring system. We think that this activity was very impactful. Coming shortly after the adoption of the Paris Agreement, it allowed CEOS agencies for the first time to assess together the cumulative work we could make on greenhouse gas monitoring and how we should structure our work together. In this way, CEOS played a key role in structuring how Earth observation can contribute to the Paris Agreement and the global stocktake process.
By providing valuable information as the result of the activities from CEOS working groups, documents, workshops, and training courses, among others, that fosters the knowledge and enhance the abilities of the professionals that use air observation data. As one example of the above, are the outcomes from the disaster working group that provide valuable documents and lesson learned from the international community of air observation.
Picking one example of where and when CEOS has had a societal impact is at the same time easy and difficult. I think the best way to look at it is to look at what we are doing right now to respond to one of the major concerns brought by climate change. And in that context, one of the important successes of CEOS is the establishment of the CEOS CGMS Working Group Climate and its strategy towards an architecture for climate monitoring from space, which was developed in 2013.
ASI is deeply committed to working group disaster. Italy faces many natural events every year. Impacts on disaster events on human lives and economy increase in frequency and severity due to growing urbanization, human action, and climate change. We strongly believe that EU data can make the difference. We have shared our experience in earthquake, volcano, and floods-related civil protection activities, supporting, for example, Recovery Observatory for Hurricane Matthew in Haiti. We hope that Italian experience in disasters can be helpful.
The leadership role of CEOS on greenhouse gas observation and on working with new space companies strengthens our efforts in the context of the EU's Copernicus CO2 monitoring and verification support capacity, which we are developing with the European Commission, ESA and EUMETSAT. CEOS has an extraordinary importance in bringing observation-based information in support of the Paris Agreement, supporting in particular WMO's Global Greenhouse Gas Watch.
When South Africa took on associate membership in CEOS in 1998, through the then CSIR Application Center, now the SANSA Space Operations, little did we know that we would chair CEOS in 2008. During our chairmanship, we spearheaded a flagship project termed as Data Democracy, where we facilitated data access to developing countries and inherently to the national institutions in South Africa.
"40 years is a long time in our field. For the immediate future, CEOS will build on our practices of collaboration, but now extending beyond federal players to include commercial and non-governmental participants. We can be mentors and trainers, partners and students. We can guide this new energy and learn from the innovation and initiatives these new entrants bring into the satellite observations field. Our future efforts will need to have the end users who benefit from our work involved in all phases of our mission and science applications work. The future looks hyperspectral, and CEOS needs to embrace this great diversity."
So as we build ONSAT Next, and hopefully be launching that within the next few years, we're hoping and continue to work with CEOS to create international standards that all of our many data products can be linked to, so that we can more easily share data sets across all those different agencies. And we're also able to put satellite needs into the system of CEOS to identify solutions that help meet the needs of our scientists and operations.
Will continue to be pivotal in advancing Earth observation capabilities as a vital global tool for policy making and planetary stewardship. As the demand for actionable information grows, to address the triple crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss and pollution, CEOS work will become increasingly integrated with the work of like-minded international organizations to leverage expertise, resources and capabilities to maximize socioeconomic benefits for humanity.
Today, there are a growing number of public and commercial providers of high and medium resolution spaceborne Earth observation data. Key to using those data from these new sources is a good understanding of their characteristics, how they're calibrated, how the quality and technical capabilities perform. Interoperability between EOS satellites and their data products allow us to dramatically extend the opportunities for global application in areas such as climate, agriculture, hydrology, forestry, vegetation, coastal, marine and pollution monitoring.
In my opinion, and considering the speediness of development of space technology in a dynamic world and a challenging environment, I believe that CEOS will be playing a crucial role in the years to come by articulating the international efforts of space agencies and Earth observation for the benefit of societies. We have to take more care of our planet.
Our ability to comprehensively understand the Earth system in all its facets, at every scale from global to local, is the key to tackling the biggest challenges we face as humankind. Minimizing the impacts of climate change and adapting to the impacts that are unavoidable, reducing our exposure to natural disasters and recovering from disasters when they do happen, and supporting sustainable development, including in our own Indo-Pacific region. It is only through global cooperation that we can make this happen. No one nation can do this alone.
Now, at the same time, we are facing the increased vulnerability of the Earth and a rapid and massive growth in both the variety and volume of EO data. Their use is more and more mature and operational, while research is exploiting space data applied artificial intelligence. CEOS is the right place to exchange experience and knowledge to better face all incoming global challenges, enabling to bring together the efforts of each individual actor. CEOS increase the effectiveness and efficiency of each one.
The European Commission's membership in the Committee on Earth Observation Satellites reflects its ongoing commitment to international cooperation in Earth observation activities for the benefit of society, contributing to global efforts to monitor and manage Earth's resources and environment more effectively. For the next years, CEOS will continue to be the key international coordinating mechanism that aims to optimize the benefits of Earth observation missions through collaboration and sharing of data among its members.
Since 1984, INPE has maintained membership in the CEOS as a main provider of Earth observation data in Brazil, operating 3 satellites, CBERS 4, 4A, and Amazon 1. We need to be in close contact with similar agencies worldwide. Such interaction provides an opportunity to exchange knowledge and experiences, especially within data interoperability, data preservation and archiving, and technology to generate and disseminate EO data, besides capacity building.
For CEOS 40th anniversary, JAXA is proud to serve as the Strategy Implementation Team Chair, a key position in CEOS operations. CEOS' role is becoming increasingly important in achieving a sustainable human society and solving global issues. As a permanent CEOS Secretariat member, JAXA will continue contributing to CEOS while it continues to function as a crucial framework for international cooperation in Earth observation satellites.
CEOS will continue to be the go-to place for access to Earth observation infrastructure operated by many space agencies, and the use and the application of this data in support of disaster response, commitments against climate change, mitigation, but also in support of reporting against United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We will continue to advocate open data principles, analysis-ready data, and support also the both public and commercial Earth observation sector in making a lot of this data much more accessible and easy to use.
In the future, there will be a fast-growing range of Earth observation, feeding to increasingly realistic digital twins of the Earth, as part of the Destination Earth initiative, for instance. Climate monitoring and reanalysis will also continue to be pivotal for both adaptation and mitigation. CEOS can shape this future through its value of joint gap analysis, coordination on public-private cooperation, and supporting novel uses of Earth observations using AI. The future is bright for both Earth observation and CEOS.
Looking ahead, we see immense opportunities to strengthen our collaboration with WMO to address global challenges such as climate change and disasters. By working together, we can enhance the quality of observations, improve early warnings, and ultimately shape a more sustainable future for all. Happy 40th anniversary, CEOS!
I have been with CEOS for more than 20 years. I have seen a lot of change and development within CEOS. So I believe that in the next 40 years, the bond of CEOS will be even stronger. And with the stronger bond here, we can even make a better service and better products from EO technologies, from EO policies for better living of mankind.
CEOS is not only important as a platform for agencies to coordinate or initiate joint activities, but also to provide guidelines or common standards in the use of Earth observation. So for the next 40 years, I expect CEOS to be crucial in its role to shape the Earth observation ecosystem and help to deliver actionable information for international agreements for the climate change and global change and challenges we are facing.
The value of CEOS to our global understanding of the Earth and how the Earth works as a system will only grow over the next 40 years. I see CEOS contributing to the continuity of Earth observations and high-quality data from both civil and commercial sources. Through CEOS, we'll also share advances in Earth science modeling and applications to learn faster together. And we'll also work together to ensure that our science is useful, usable, and used regardless of the data source.
In the coming years, many new satellites, instruments, and technologies will be developed and launched, and this will completely change the way in which we observe the planet Earth. But it will also bring great challenges, which is why it is so important that we have centralized platforms to discuss and coordinate our activities. The biggest challenge of all is our changing climate, which is by definition international. CEOS will be absolutely crucial to provide an international framework by which we can share our experiences, evolve, and better coordinate the Earth observing network from space.
And the CEOS partnership allowed for the development of international cooperation arrangements within the agency. Currently, SANSA is driving capacity building efforts within CEOS and is contributing to the various working groups of CEOS. Now, the CEOS investment allows for African countries to take on membership in CEOS, thus propelling their Earth observations programs.
Fundamentally, CEOS' objective is coordination of EU programs to achieve the synergies necessary to maximize the impact of disparate national investments in EO technologies. This stronger together philosophy has borne fruit in many aspects of National Space Agency's work. Mission compatibility, data access, data quality, applications support development. However, I think it's really hard to say as of today how CEOS will shape an increasingly complex EU landscape over the next 40 years.
The work of CEOS in maintaining coherence and consistency in creating data records, so the virtual constellations, key to unlocking new science applications based on Earth observation data, paving the way for what is yet to come. The work of the working groups, such as Working Group on Disaster or Working Group Capacity Vulnerability Data Literacy, supports specific needs for countries and help to keep the critical mass of EU data as practitioners in developed and emerging countries.
40 years of the Committee on Earth Observation Satellites, fundamentally improving lives on Earth. But how much has changed over the last 40 years? 1984 to 2024, and just as importantly, do we know where we will be in 40 years' time? We cannot know the details, but we can know that international collaboration and coordination using the sheer power of Earth observation satellites to improve our lives, to mitigate against the biggest emergencies we face is something that we have a global requirement to harness. So as the UK takes on the chair of CEOS for the coming year, we'll be doing our best to build on the heritage and the platform of those who have gone before us and to support those who will come after us as one global community, one team.
The next 40 years present numerous exciting challenges for CEOS. From addressing global issues like climate change, disaster risk, and biodiversity loss, to pioneering new remote sensing technologies, CEOS will remain a strong support to the international community for many decades ahead.